Martio here. Welcome to another classic album review. And this week we're going to look at the anticipated album from a member of Led Zeppelin after they broke up. And this is Robert Plant's debut album. We've not done much on Robert Plant as a solo artist, but we will be doing something in the near future. We'll be ranking his albums, but I wanted to do this one because it was I remember this coming out, and there's lots of reasons why I love this album. So this was released on the 25th of June 1982 in America and on 2nd of July in the UK. On here we've got Robert Plant, of course, doing the vocals, Robbie Blunt on guitars, Jez Woodroffe on the keyboards. Now the drumming was split between two great drummers, two different styles, the two great drummers. One, of course, is Mr. Cozy Powell, and he drums on two of the tracks, and Phil Collins does the rest. Bass is done by Paul Martinez, and we've got some saxophone on track 3 by Raphael Ravenscroft. First track on this album is called Burning Down One Side. I've always liked this. From the moment I heard it, you get one of them classic sort of Phil Collins drum rolls and fills. Robert's vocals are just fantastic, and it's a good sort of track to start the album. Then we get Midnight and Samosa. I love the guitar work from Robbie Blunt on this. It's one of a fine vocal from Robert, solid drumming from Mr. Collins. Wonderful track. Then we get Pledge Pin. Certainly got one of Phil Collins' signature drum fills on this. It's a nicely put together track. Great vocal from Robert. Then we get Slow Dancer. Robbie Blunt's guitar work is great. Cozy's drumming on this is fantastic. Solid as ever. Great vocal from Robert. Very sort of in through the outdoor Led Zeppelin sort of feel to this, with a little bit of Kashmir thrown in as well. That sort of sound. Really good track. Then we get Worse Than Detroit. Again, reminds me of some of the Led Zeppelin stuff. It's a good track. Phil's back on drumming duties now, and that's pretty solid stuff. Fat Lip. The interplay here between Robbie Blunt and Paul Martinez is brilliant. They just play off each other. Once again, Robert is so good. I've Never Been Gone. Great ballad. I love some of Robert's ballads on his solo stuff. It's a really good drum from Cozy as well. I like that. Mystery Titles next. The drum fills from Phil are brilliant. Great guitar riffs and a fine vocal from Robert. So that was the last time. So when this came out, Rolling Stone magazine reviewed it, and it was Kurt Loder that gave the review, said, even though there's nothing new going on in these grooves, the sheer formal thrill of hearing someone who knows exactly what he's doing makes Pictures of 11 something of an event, and almost a spite of its modest ambitions. My favourite reviewer, Robert Christgau from Village Voice, said he was impressed by Plant's ability to recreate Led Zeppelin's aural sensibilities with duller musicians. Now, that's the bit I don't say. Do you consider Phil Collins dull? Do you Cozy Powell dull? I don't think so. The man doesn't know what he's talking about half the time. So he found it a bit insignificant. It's what an arse. It's a great album. You can tell by this because you look at the review rankings. All Music gave it 4 stars. Rolling Stone gave it 4. But Kiss Jew's Record Guide B and a B plus from the Village Voice who he writes for. I'd prefer to think the Rolling Stone. It's a great album. It did well in the charts. Number 6 in Australia, number 2 here in the UK, and number 5 in America. So put that up, you Mr. Chris Gow. But I mean, certifications again: silver here in the UK, platinum in Canada, gold in Australia, platinum. And I really like this album. It's one of my favourite Robert Plant solos. I won't say exactly where it fits, because I haven't ranked them. But I love Phil's drumming on this and Cozy. It's a solid album, and I do play it a lot. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.5. So there we go. Bit of Robert Plant. Yes, we are going to do an album ranking of Robert Plant at some stage. It's one of the ones I want to do, but I'm busy doing your requests, so I will pop it in at some stage. So that's all for today. We'll be back tomorrow with another viewer's request, and we're going to be looking at the album rankings of The Verve. Only made 4 albums, but they are very solid albums. And then tomorrow's retro ranking. We're going to do one of these bad out songs by a band. And tomorrow I'm going to have a look at my beloved Status Quo. Yes, there are 20 songs by Status Quo that I'm not particularly fans of. So, which might cause a lot of controversial, like my Queen one did. But there you go, we can't all like the same thing. So I'll be back for that tomorrow. Just have a great day, everyone. You might see me on Rachel's Ghost later. You never know. Depends if I get everything done. So have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.